All right, hello, welcome. This is 90.9, the quadratic for your honors algebra 2 quiz review video for 2.1 and 2.4. Tonight we are brought to you by Cliff Bar, just signed on Cliff Bar, Quality Coffee, and of course, Tazos NT. Guys, 1 through 4 state the domain and range of each relation and determine whether or not that relation is a function. Guys, the domain is the x value, so -2, 5, -3, and 5. I'm going to put those in order as least to greatest. -3, -2, and 5. Notice I have 5 there twice. That's going to tell us something big about whether or not it's a function. And for the range, I have 2, 1, 2, and 4. So that gives me 1, 2, and 4 for the unique ones. Now, is this a function? This is not a function because I have that cheating x, that cheating 5. All right, that makes it not a function. Two x's can't go to, the same x can't go to two different y values. All right, here we got -3, -4, -1, 5, and 1. So if I put those in order, I got -4, -3, -1, 1, and 5. I don't see any duplicate x's. For the y's, are the unique ones. I have -1 twice. I got -2. I got -3. Guys, if you don't put them in order, it's no big deal. Let's see that I do not have a -3. Maybe just writing them out is better, or you can get confused with putting them in order. -2 is my smallest y value. I see that I have -1 twice for y. All right. I see that I have a 2 and I have a 7. Now, this is not 1-to-1, but this is in fact a function. All right, I don't see the same x value twice. So yes, for a function. All right, there's gonna be a little bit of a shadow here since this is made when the sun is down. All right, so sorry for that. Guys, on this one, we got -8, we got 7, we got -4, and we got another cheating x. Oh, I see -8 twice, so that's going to tell me something about whether or not this is a function. -8, gonna have to look here. -4 and 7, and for the y's, I see 3, a bunch, and 1. This is not a function, not because I see 3 so many times, but because I have that cheating 8. All right, on this one, folks, I have -5. I have 0 twice, and I have 5. Same thing with the y's. This is a circle with a radius 5. This is not a function because I have a duplicate x. I see 0 twice. All right, folks, on the next one, f of x is -3/7 x minus 1. G of x is 2x squared minus 10x minus 19. So if I want to know what is f of -28, I plug it into this equation with the f right there. -3/7 times -28 minus 1 is, this should give me 12. Negative times negative is positive. 12 minus 1 is 11. Next one over here, I got f of 7. So I'm going to take -3/7, multiply it by 7, subtract 1. Get -3 minus 1, which is a -4. Okay, moving on here to g. I'm going to plug it into this equation up here. So g of -4 is 2 times -4 squared minus 10 times -4 minus 19. This is going to give me 2 times 16 plus 4d minus 19. I'm going to get 32 plus this is 21, gives me 53 for a final answer. Guys, g of -1 is 2 times -1 squared minus 10 times -1. Get it out of the shadow there, minus 1. -1 squared is a positive 1. Negative times negative is a positive. You're going to have, this is going to give you 12. 12 minus 19 is going to give you a -7. A -7 as your answer. All right, this first page should not be tough at all. All right, guys, the next page says write each equation in a standard form. All right, so we'll attempt attempt to do that. Let's get this focused a little bit better. Standard form. Standard form is this, guys. It is ax plus by is equal to c, where a and b both not fractions, and a's got to be positive. So what I want to do is I want to move the x over there. I got negative 6x plus y is a negative 7. No fractions here, but x is a negative, so multiply everything by negative 1 and just switch the signs on everything, and I am now in standard form. All right, so guys, on this one, I want to move the negative 7/3 x over. X has got to go first. There's a gentleman there. 7/3 x plus 2y is 3. Now, I want this 3 by in the denominator. No fractions on x and y, so I'm going to multiply everything on both sides by 3. That's easy. On the right side, I'll now have 9. 3 times 7/3 is going to give me 7x. 3 times 2y is going to give me a 6y. 7x plus 6y is equal to 9. Moving on here, folks, let's move 3 over. So we got 9y minus 5x. Forgot to mention Ruby Tuesdays as our second page sponsor here, Ruby Tuesdays. X wants to go first. Negative 5x plus 9y is equal to 8. X can't be negative, so it's 5x minus 9y is a negative 8. And we're in standard form. All right, next page. Let's move x first. Negative 3/5 x plus 4/3 y. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. All right. Going to multiply both sides by the lowest common denominator of 3 and 5, which is just, even if you didn't do lowest common denominator, that's not a huge thing, but just multiply the denominators together. 5 and 3 gives you 15. So on the right side, I'm going to have 30. Negative times positive gives me a negative. 3/5 of 15 is 9. 15 times 4 is 60 divided by 3 is 20. This is all good, but x can't be negative, so it's going to be 9x minus 20y is equal to a negative 30 as our final answer. All right, let's find the x and the y-intercept of each equation. Guys, on the first one, this is in slope-intercept form, so that is the y-intercept. If x is 0, you'll get simply y is equal to 11. Now, the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So if y is 0, simply write 0 equals negative 5x plus 11. Move the 11 over to the other side and divide by a negative 5. X is 2.2. Over here, we are almost in standard form. Let's move it to standard form. 8x minus 5y is equal to a negative 21. Guys, the x-intercept is when y is not there anymore. So let 8x equal 20, or a negative 21. 8x equals a negative 21. X is a negative 21 over 8. A negative 2 and 5/8. A negative 2.62 also works. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. Negative 5y equals negative 21. Negative 5y is equal to negative 21. Y is a 4.2. All right. Next page. I can get this to be looking like a standard form type of thing. If I move the x over, the y-intercept is when x equals 0. You can go in any order here, so I can say 18 is equal to 7y. To divide both sides by 7, y is 18 over 7 is my y-intercept. The x-intercept is when y equals 0, so 5/2 x is equal to 18. 5/2 x equals 18. Going to call that 18 over 1. 5x equals 36. Divide by 5, x is 7.2. Right over here, we are almost in standard form. I can just cover it up. 3/4 x is equal to 6. 3/4 x equals 6. Call that 6 over 1. This is 3x times 1 equals 4 times 6. X is 8. Cover up right here. Negative 2/5 y is equal to 6. Call that 6 over 1. Negative 2 times y. 5 times 6. y is equal to negative 15. All right, guys, find the slope. Guys, slope formula, you can either do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you can do y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. That will give you the slope. That will give you the slope. All right, really it's just difference of the y's over difference of the x's. I'm always going to look to get a positive numerator, so I'm going to do 8 minus a negative 3. 8 minus a negative 3 all over, we'll see here in a second, negative 3 minus a negative 3. Up top I get 11, but down below I get 0. That is a math sin. Don't do it. That is undefined slope. Okay, on this one I'm going to have 9 minus a negative 13. I started with the second order pair for the y's. I got to do the same thing for the x's. All over negative 5 minus a negative 3. I get 22 over negative 2. I get a negative 11. On this one, I got negative 7 minus a negative 7. All over negative 5 minus a negative 4. Negative 1, that is. Your answer is going to be negative 4. You get 0 over negative 4, which is a slope of 0. Straight horizontal line. Okay, this one looks like it wants to be 0, but let's be careful here. 6 minus a negative 6. All over 4 minus a negative 4 gives you 12 over 8, which is 3/2. Determine the slope for each equation. So we could really get this in y equals mx plus b form. I got 7y is negative 5x plus 11. Divide everything by what is attached to x. So all I care about is the ratio right here that is attached to x. I don't care about this y-intercept. So my slope is a negative 5 over 7. All right, on this one, I'm going to move that over. 9x minus 5y is a negative 4. I'm going to move this over. I got a negative 5y is equal to a negative 9x minus 4. Divide by what's attached to y. Again, I don't care about that y-intercept. I care about this negative 9 over negative 5. Negative 9 over negative 5 is simply 9 over 5. All right, last part here, folks. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b for the line described. So this one here, I give you the slope. Y equals negative 4/5 x plus b. Well, I have an x and a y that I can plug in. The y is 7. The x is a negative 5. Then plus b. 7 is equal to, this will give me 4 plus b. b is 3. Make sure to put it together as an actual equation. Y equals negative 4/5 x plus 3. Guys, in this next one, I actually need to find the slope. So I'm going to do 9 minus a negative 9 all over 4 minus a negative 2. That's going to give me 18 over 6, which is 3. So y equals 3x plus b. Pick an ordered pair to use. I'm probably going to use the positive one there. 9 is 3 times 4 plus b. 9 is 12 plus b. Negative 3 is b. Y equals 3x minus 3. All right, 25 here. Oh, we're on our third page. Got to make my daily shout out to Coffee Espresso. Lovely small town coffee shop. Passes through negative 8, 7, and parallel to y equals negative 1/2 x. If it's parallel, it has the same slope. So now I know my line has a slope of negative, sorry about that, negative 1/2. Well, I have an x and a y that I pass through here. My y is 7. Running out of real estate here to work with. Speaking of real estate, this section is brought to you by Zillow.com. Find your next home on Zillow.com. Oh my gosh, I get a b value of 3, so my line would be y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Just plug in negative 8 for x, 7 for y, and solve for b there. All right, if my line is perpendicular, it has an opposite reciprocal slope. So I start with negative 3. Opposite of negative 3 is a positive 3. The reciprocal is 1/3, so my line has a slope of 1/3. I'm going to plug in negative 5 for x and a 9 for, I'm sorry, negative 5 for y and a 9 for x. All right, I get negative 5 is equal to 3 plus b. Subtract 3 from both sides. Negative 8 is b. Finally, my equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 8. This is your quiz review video. Your quiz is on Wednesday. Let's go and get an A. This is 90.9, the quadratic, signing out.